Now, years ago, if anyone told me I was going to be a YouTuber, but not a vlogger, and I'd be a fandom channel, I would have never believed it. See, the whole thing is, all my life, I really did want to go into production and shows and be a director. But all my life, I always said singer. And while I love singing, it just wasn't enough by itself, at least for me, to do what I do. My friends always wondered why I would always say really just singing when they knew I wanted to be everything, when they knew I wanted to do everything and knew that I could. Fast forward to 2020 and things are going down, not looking so hot exactly how we expected. Stuff literally started on New Year's Eve. Celebrities start breaking up with each other, and before we know it, Corona shows up. It hasn't exactly hit the States yet, so of course we also go to cheer competitions, but the next thing you know, well, I'm sick. And not just on any day either. My birthday, I become terribly sick. So instead of being with my girls on my birthday at school, like I'm supposed to be partying and talking to them and having fun and just, ranting about musical stuff and all this other stuff, I'm stuck at home all alone on this little island by myself, so sick that at some point a lot of people at the end just said, you probably got Corona from one of your cheer comps. And for a person with asthma, that was the most scariest thing heard and could be truthful for me completely. I was really sick, guys, to the point that I might have really needed to go to the hospital, but I was able to get better, which was great. And we were able to start school online because we had computers, but I lost a lot of human connection, and it just wasn't the same. It was crazy, so much stuff happened. This spring, I had never been so stressed out. It was crazy for me, it was hard because we didn't have a central plan. So grades were dropping, tears were shed. It was hard, but what I did have was Star Wars and Clone Wars. And with some type of miracle, Wattpad fanfictions plus the Clone Wars series just got me through. Honestly, I think it was some type of miracle, but I started realizing that, I want to give YouTube a shot again. So, of course, I do that. I do vlogging while I'm going to school and working and watching TV and a bunch of other things. I go back to YouTube. And yes, of course, I do it on a consistent basis, but I just somewhat realized that the reason why I never, wasn't because I couldn't be a YouTuber. It was just because I wasn't doing something that I truly enjoyed doing. I mean, I liked it, but I got stressed and, had to be like this 24/7 and that 24/7. And I tried that. And at some point I was just done, and I just got rid of all my videos, and I did this one video and a mix of videos basically voicing my ideals of how to save Star Wars and how they need to like make the sequel trilogy basically like in The Mandalorian. Like my whole entire take on it is that they should just do the time loop thing that they have in Rebels. But I did that video and no one on the channel at the time liked it, but I myself felt very passionate about it. And one day I just watched an edit after watching the gallery, which is basically talking about, you know, the making of The Mandalorian and a bit about the Clone Wars. And I always have loved that stuff, and I realized that day, like, why can't I do stuff like that? Like, I want to do stuff like that. So I looked on my phone through like the apps I already had with like editing and stuff. I made my very first edit, Really Stuck With You, on this channel, and from there it just, everything was everything. And I make my first ever fanfic, The Shadows of Rey. I make my like really elaborate picture edits, like Let's Do It Again. And I've gotten into some video edits at this point. I've done many with Ahsoka. And then we get to DNA, and that's really where the turning point for me in all of this was. Okay? It's probably the reason why I talk about it so much, because it means so much. It was like one of my first, you know, video edits, and it was a really good one. I don't know if you could even call it edit, you know. I would call it more like a film. It's everything, man. Of course, when I say that, my parents are a little more skeptical, because they're like, what, you've been saying this one thing all your life? But I kind of, that all of my life has literally just led up to this. It was just a whole entire thing, kind of a setup. No, you know what I'm saying. It was perfect. And I realized this, and this channel is born. And before you know it, it's now summer. I've been making edits, gotten into DNA and stuff, and I have to get wisdom tooth surgery done. That then meant, you know, staying away from other people, staying in quarantine, and you can't go out with your friends, and you can't do this even if you're socially distanced, because you really, I really did need to get my wisdom teeth out, so I had to. The surgery went smoothly. Actually, I woke up straight after they put me down, but it took time for me to heal. You know, I wasn't too bad the first day, but my whole entire face swole up from like sleeping in my bed instead of like on the couch. So I had to sleep on the couch downstairs. Well, it was the best moment ever, because I had just gotten Labyrinth of Evil. I had read that all before, but what I didn't know was that this was all secretly a blessing. I've always kind of liked the couch downstairs, though everyone else says it's like super hard and stuff. I don't mind it. Personally, I find it comfortable, and it forces me to do nothing and basically just slow down and enjoy life. It finally forces me to give in to one of my friends and learn what Klance is and get into Voltron. And when I do this, I start doing fanfic readings and comic dubs, and before I know it, I'm done watching Voltron, My face is healed. I'm sleeping upstairs. And after I made She want me to move on, I start unseen. And then sooner than later, focus comes and school starts back. And, now I look around and I'm like, wow, guys, like 134 subscribers later, I'm not doing Jamie Jen and Plants and Raylo and all these other amazing ships on my channel. Wow, this is wow. Guys, like, wow, is this even the same person? I mean, it feels like years later and it's only been months. I mean, I feel like you guys, you are my family. What you've done, what we've done, and to truly see just how far we've come, guys, it's like day and night. It's amazing. It's awesome. Shout out to Sweet Go to TWT who says red and blue couples are always the best, and I totally agree. They are. One to my lovely friend Iris Fox who says yes, and I am totally with you. And last but not least, one to Irish Brown who says more please, and I will definitely start doing Damon Jen comics again if you want that. Also, I love the Pop-Tart. I hope you enjoyed, guys. To take this off my shoulders, someone take me home. Home.